Good morning, I'm your Mayor, John Leech Jr. This morning I got with me Fire Chief Randy Chevalier and our Communications Manager for Show Low, Grace Payne. We know we're in some fire issues this year. Everybody in our community knows, but Randy, tell us a little bit about what's going on up to today.
Goodness, Mayor, it is simply just dry out there right now. This time of year, there's a component called the energy release component, and it's measured on a graph. And typically, we go into fire restrictions in the 9th percentile. That usually happens in May or June, so that's a really indication of how dry it is.
Right.
Things are ripe to burn.
And I'm sure everybody in the community knows that. Just go outside. I mean, our trees aren't green; they're kind of a hazy, pollen-looking trees, and it's kind of weird this time of year because usually they're green.
Usually they're green. We have moisture on the ground.
Right.
I was working in my backyard the other day, and my allergies started kicking up from the pine pollen or the juniper pollen already starting to bud a little bit.
Right. Grace, maybe let everybody know what we are doing to get ready for complete fire restrictions this fall and obviously summer.
Absolutely. I mean, as Chief mentioned, we're looking at the scientific data. We're looking at the evidence that nature is showing us and just what we all can see as community members.
Right.
And what we're really asking people is to pay attention to the good informational updates that the city, Timber Mesa, all the fire districts, that local entities are giving out, because that's going to be really your first head start into getting any kind of notification whatsoever if we are expecting changes in the climate, if we are expecting to ask people to do things if they need to evacuate, or just to be mindful of what's going on. And so good, timely information is tip top of what we're asking people to pay attention.
The other thing that comes to mind, Grace, when you said that is when we did have to evacuate. Both me and Randy were still in the fire department, and then that was the saddest day that I've ever been in Show Low, when you drive through the town and nobody's here. It takes a process to get everybody out of town, and let's keep praying that doesn't happen. If you see somebody burning illegally, please call it in. And I always say, when you walk outside and it's windy, don't call and ask if you can have, if it's a burn day. It's just pretty much
please
don't burn. Just don't burn. Grace, a couple other things. Where, besides the city's website, what other part of communication? Is there like a tone that people can get on their phone, or is there something there? I knew there had to be.
There absolutely is. The City of Show Low has an app which is available on both the Android and Apple app stores. You can download it. It'll give you a push notification. You can get emails, text messages, just right there. Again, we want to give the community confidence and have them feeling good that they know they're getting up-to-date information as soon as it happens, and instead of kind of what happens, on social media or the community groups, and maybe you're not getting the latest up-to-date thing, but trust in us that when we're sending out information, we're telling you as timely as humanly possible.
The resources that are on our website is going to talk about how they can prepare their home, how they can prepare their evacuations kits. Please call us at 537-5100. My fire marshal will go out.
Absolutely.
He'll help you put a plan together, look at your property, and give you ideas on the ways to prepare it, just in case that fire does happen.
Right. Seems like fire season's year-round anymore. We should always be ready. I had somebody ask me the other day, ready, set, go. When should we be ready?
Right now.
Now.
I would say year-round. I really would. I would always be ready. Just be ready.
We just want everyone to feel safe. Please download the app and keep an eye on our social media and website platforms. And please think about packing your go bag. When it's time to go is not the time that you're going to want to think about where your important documents are, where your medications are. If you need to pack a bag of food for a pet, you want to be able to grab these things quickly, get your loved ones in the car, and get to safety.
To add on to that a little bit, that's huge. We have to focus in on that. I'd encourage everybody also, take that go bag with you to work. Yeah. If we have to evacuate, it might not be like the Rodeo Chetiskai where we had some time. It might be instantaneously, and so have that equipment ready with you kind of at all times. Me and my family, when my kids growing up, we always had a plan. If there's an evacuation, you're gonna leave here, make sure your car is full of fuel, have a little bit of extra cash. If your cell phone works, it's okay, don't call me, but when you get to that meeting place, then call me and let me know you made it there, but we have a plan and we know they're gonna execute it, and so That's what it boils down to.
We are ready. You know, you brought that up back at the rodeo fire when I was still in the fire department, and I had to load up my family in a fifth wheel, and they headed out of town. And you see your kids. I had little kids then, and you see your wife leaving town. It's like, oh my gosh. Any closing remarks before we go?
We are ready. We are prepared, but we need the community's assistance to make it happen. So anything you guys need, let us know. Call us. We'll be there to help. Go to our social media pages. Go to our Facebook pages. Go to our websites. A lot of resources. We're in it together. It's all of our homes. So let's protect our home together. Yeah.
So anyway, if you need anything whatsoever, I think you have all the information. We want you all to be safe, but we're ready. Thank you for watching. God bless.